Hey everyone, much love to each and every single one of you. It's me, Kev. How are you? Now, even though I broke my phone, very happily, but I should mention, I still have the capability to make my regular videos. I will have to sort out my emails and try to see if I can do better uploads that way, or not through the emails. However, just thinking out loud really, I will be shifting a few things around. However, I'm going to still be doing the regular videos here. I'm just going to be working elsewhere more so. I may talk about it in another video. However, this is the remote viewing video, week 5. So if you've been taking part, what I do is I set a task for remote viewing, and whoever takes part does the remote viewing and sees whether they get it, because I give the answers the week after. If you're joining me for the first time, maybe get out a pen and pencil, pen and paper I should say, and you can see what you get, or just draw doodles, I suppose. If, however, you are new here, thank you for joining me as well. What I would say is go back to week 1, as I think weeks 1 to 3 have the explanation and some description of how to do it, and some methods behind the technique, I suppose you could say. So you'll have to watch that through from week 1 to week 3 roughly to see how it is done if you are unsure of how to remote view. And without further ado, here are the answers to this week's or last week's remote viewing exercises. So the first 2 I asked you were, I had some incense sticks and their packaging, and I wanted you to see if you could remote view the packaging and tell me what the incense are fragranced with. Now, the first one is, or was, white sage. So if you got green leaves, if you saw a stick or a branch with leaves, if you saw the words white sage, incense sticks, or Stamford Ink, which is the company that makes them, if you saw a hexagon shape, which is the shape of the packet, if you saw the words white sage, if you saw the plant, if you saw green sage, the plant is still sage, so your brain is still showing you what was there or what is there. You don't have to get every single detail correct. It's just enough to be able to translate what it is that you're seeing. So on to the second one. As you can see, is red rose incense sticks, again by Stamford Ink, same company. If you saw a red rose, if you saw the stalk of a rose or the leaves of a rose, you saw the hexagon shape, if you saw pictures of roses, then all of those could be seen as correct answers. You may have seen other words or numbers, but you have to remember as well that there are other words on here. For example, they explain how to use them in many languages. So you may have been seeing some of that. Don't ever, this is more particularly towards the newbie. I feel like there's a newbie here. And the best thing I can say is do not judge what you're getting, because the second you start judging what you're getting, when you try to give someone a reading, an intuitive reading, then you're going to start second guessing what you're seeing, and you should never do that, because the best way that I found out how to do them is by trusting everything that I'm seeing, regardless of whether it could be called correct or incorrect. So when I give readings, I can tell somebody exactly what I see. Some of it's relevant, some of it's not. However, I'd say about 95% of the time is relevant and 5% is just symbology. So that's those two done. How did you do? You'll have to let me know down in the description box or send me an email, something. My details are all below, or description box is below. Now, rather than taking a picture of the door, because I'd have to walk further back than I can to fit it all in, I'm simply going to read from top to bottom what the affirmations say. Now, the words I am are only written once, and the rest are just things to go with it. So if you got just the one I am, congratulations, that is indeed the reality. If you didn't, then chances are that it will be another version of reality, or your brain just wanted to show you a different message. From top to bottom, left to right. Power, fun, safe, wisdom, lucky, rich, fortunate, magic, hope, success, aligned, love, joy, faith, strong, light, health. So just to quickly recap, because I haven't written these down for the screen to see. Power, fun, safe, wisdom, lucky, rich, fortunate, magic, hope, success, aligned, love, faith, joy, strong, light, and health. Now there's also a little butterfly symbol and the number 11. So if you got any of those, congratulations, you got what is on the back of my bathroom door. If not, remember, don't judge yourself. We're just practicing, we're learning together, we're growing together, and that's exactly how it should be. Even if we're seeing different things, we've got different realities, and it's perfectly fine to have different experiences. It's not to say that you're wrong, your reality is always correct. Now, because you've been waiting for this video for much longer than I would have even liked, I have chosen deliberately some very tough things that even I don't know the answer to. So I'm going to play along with you, and I'm not going to find out until I'm making next week's video. So get your pen and paper ready, because you'll want to note down exactly what I'm talking about. I haven't given the name for anything. I've just alluded to the idea of something, and I will research and obviously get pictures of all of the things I'm talking about. Now, the first thing that I want you to look into, the biggest place of worship in Brazil. Now, the idea is I want you to imagine that your back is against the door, having just left the building, and I want you to look outside, and I want you to describe to me all that is there. Now, how I'm going to have to do this is, after I've taken part, I'm going to use Google Street View and check these places out and see what I can find. So, the biggest place of worship in Brazil, Japan's busiest airport, and again with your back to the door and you're looking outside, India's busiest train station, and the tallest building in Spain. So that's the biggest place of worship in Brazil, Japan's busiest airport, India's busiest train station, and the tallest building in Spain. Now, some of them are deliberately very, 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 very hard. Like, I don't know any of the answers to this. I could give a live little let's have a look now. I'm going to go with the tallest building in Spain. Now, without giving you too many ideas, the immediate colour that I'm seeing is a white building. However, this could be very wrong. I don't want to give you too many ideas, and I don't want you to become confused by what I've said, because if I put the idea in your head and then it turns out that I'm wrong, then obviously none of us have learned anything. So always take these techniques and the things that I say with a pinch of salt. People who've known me for a long time, they know what I'm like, and I don't really mind getting things correct or incorrect. But for the purposes of learning, let's do this together. It's so fun. I'm really enjoying doing it, and I'm so grateful for you for still being here, those of you that are. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for joining me. I will be back very soon with more videos because I've actually planned another couple. So bear with me. I love you. Comments and details down below, and I will be back in a bit. Bye!